Some of you I'm seeing for the first time, and some of you I've seen many times. And each time it's a different configuration nevertheless. And to tune into quote unquote this field of us together, to unify this, to come together and then go together, I would love for us to unify the concept of God first. So each one of us may have different definition or different way of thinking about it, or a belief system behind it, maybe coming from some past experience or religion or culture, could be anything, or friends. So we all have different definitions or views with the term God. And for now, I would love for you all to just let go of that. Not the concept of God, but whatever concept you have personally, just let go of it entirely, as if you don't have a point of view about God. So drop your beliefs, drop your reasoning, drop your even past experiences, your memory about anything. And it's a radical thing to do, because this is what we rely upon if we're religious, or it may trigger us if we're atheist, for example. So that's why it's a radical thing to first release, let go of everything that we know of. And some people call this the beginner's mind. So try to get to that. Just like childlike mind, which is just curious, doesn't know anything, doesn't have an idea or concept or belief. And simply, of course, using your own discernment, but still being completely free of whatever ideas you have. So that's why you can bring this maturity of discernment or wisdom while you're listening to me. But at the same time, just completely letting go of your past, your experiences, and being curious. And with this beginner's mind, completely zero, nothing is known, the first thing we can inquire is, who am I? Or what am I? Which is perceiving my voice and even yourself, your sense of self. And you don't have to come to a conclusion or a word or concept. Just stay with that question. What is this which is listening? Which is perceiving and sensing and feeling and thinking? Sometimes it's silent, sometimes it's speaking, sometimes it's chaotic, sometimes it's peaceful. And you have a body with a nervous system which follows the feelings and thoughts. They're all interconnected. But just come back a little bit before and see that what enables everything. What is the essence or the source of who you are? It's like a meditative inquiry. It's not typical meditation, and it's also not a mental contemplation. It's simply being curious and open. And that's why instead of getting a mental answer or a word, just stay with what comes up. Before the next thought comes up, notice the pure essence of who you are. And also notice when a thought comes up, the pure essence doesn't go anywhere. It remains the same. Because without it, there is nothing else. There is no perception, there is no feeling, there is no thought. That's why I said it's like an enabler of everything. And see if you can switch it off, if it's possible to switch off that power source. It's not. You are aware. If I ask you, do you exist? Are you aware? Whether you say yes or no, before you say yes or no, you know that you are. This is awareness, pure awareness. Before the word you say awareness. Or you can say, before you say I am, you already are. And just to first recognize this as deeply as you can, as purely as you can, that you are not this or that, but something before, or not even a thing, but some essence that you are before a thing appears in your consciousness. A thought, a feeling, a sensation. And if you are that, if you can recognize that, no matter what degree you recognize that with right now, even if you have a glimpse of that, it is much more powerful than all the other moments that you spend distracted from this pure awareness. So much power in coming back to your true self. Now if we go back to the concept of God, because as I asked before, let's all drop the concepts, beliefs, ideas, ideologies, whether it's negative or positive, just coming back to zero, only knowing the fact that you exist. Because that you can be assured of. If there's one thing that you are sure, 100% convicted of, is that you exist right now. Anything else you can say is a belief. And to get to this pure knowledge or knowing of oneself is recognizing God as it is, not as a concept or a belief. Some other words we can use for God is the creator, the source that enables anything and everything. And you can test for yourself right now, since you exist. Try to imagine an apple. And you just did that in your imagination. And if you set your mind onto some kind of goal, you can create that also in the physical world as well. What is that? It's God in action. So don't think of yourself only as a human, which is someone who has to pray to God, or someone who has to believe in a higher power, although it is also true. But more so, first get into the essence that you are God. You are the creator. You are the source of this creation. If you switch off your consciousness, which is not possible, then the whole world disappears. So who is the source? And since you get a little bit of that also, so there's no belief still. It's just an inquiry for yourself to contemplate or to explore for yourself. And from this space also, then the next step is the recognition of two sentences that I'm going to speak, which is paradoxical, but both are true from what I have found. One statement you could say is that you are never alone. Not only because, I'm not talking about human company, but in the sense God is always with you. The awareness that I'm talking about is always there. It has never left you. It can never leave you. If you believe in past lives, it was still there. And if you don't, it is still here. So this gives us a sense of love that, okay, I'm not alone. There's always someone, you can say God is with me. I am with myself, is another way to put it. And this simple recognition of presence of yourself/God is enough to put you in this space of love. That I am loved, that I am love, and I am loving. Just because I am complete, I am full, I'm whole, I'm not lacking of anything. Because the awareness that I seek, which I may not realize what I seek, but the truth that I seek is anyway still there with me all the time. So whether I recognize it or not is up to me. But I can at least relax that there's nothing apart from God/me. So I am never separate. I am never isolated or lonely. So this is one way to look at it, which is true. And it gives you a sense of, as I said, love. So first try to bathe into that a little bit more, this recognition that you are and were never alone, even in your darkest times. Yes, you were ignorant of the fact that you were not alone, and that's okay. But see, the presence, the awareness was still there. Otherwise, that experience wouldn't be. Now if I say a different sentence and then try to tune into that, which is also true, which is the opposite of that, which is that you are alone. Now when I say you are alone, it means that there's only one, which is experiencing itself, and everything that you experience is just an extension of you. So whatever people you connect with is just an extension of you, because there's only one experiencing through infinite forms, which is, as I said, you can use any word for that: awareness, beingness, source, God, universe. But recognize that there's only this one shared awareness, and when you recognize that more, then there's only one and you are alone in that sense, because every other form of you is just you in another form. So you're only interacting with yourself, you're only talking to yourself. The other person is you, you are the other person. And not only the person, everything. The entire planet is you, entire solar system or galaxy or the universe or universes is that one source. So it is only alone, playing with itself, loving itself, creating, exploring. So this is another way of looking at it, and this gives you a little bit sense of freedom, a liberation, that okay, I am the only one and I'm free from the bondage of anything and everything, because I am the power, I am the source. So how can there be anything else that can victimize me or make me suffer, or something separate from me? I am free, I am power, I am the source. There's nothing that is outside of me, and nothing can overpower the only power that there is. So you get this sense of power / freedom from this truth. And now see if you can combine these two paradoxical way of looking at things. And recognize the Creator as one and infinite. Recognize yourself as the one, and also exploring in infinite forms and infinite ways. So then the paradox resolves. You are everything, and you are the only one. And even if it doesn't make sense, let it sink in for a while from this beginner's mind. And notice how you feel about it, if you really let it sink in. And now you have the choice, the freedom to choose what you want to perceive or experience as your reality. You can create a God concept. You can just not believe in anything. But see who's the chooser, who's the enabler, or who is the creator, you can say, of whatever you perceive, whatever you create. And just to recognize this is already enough to what I'm trying to convey. So simply, whatever I said, all of the things I said, just take everything and relax all of it. Whatever made sense, whatever didn't make sense, doesn't matter. Relax everything again. Come back to the fresh awareness. In the present moment, always. You can also get a sense of yourself right now, that you are in this body, exploring with whatever you have gone through in your life, some kind of memories, some kind of hopes and desires for the future. And all that can be there. But notice when you come from what we just did, it just gives you such a bigger picture or perspective that whatever you do from here comes from that source, comes from alignment, comes from purity. Not just like a human who is trying to get things from the world, hoping for this or that only, somehow surviving. This is a small way of thinking. So if you want to think big, or you can say if you want to think infinite, connect with more of what we tuned into. So from here, take your time to land in your system more and more, in your body. And from whatever you heard from me, or anything that is going on in your life, you can conjure up that desire or confusion, whatever it is. And this is the space now to bring it out, to share or ask anything. As I said, it could be something that you need clarity with, or something you just need to share, something that you experienced or realized, whatever the case. But it is for us to talk about.